anyways, now you know what I've been doing for the last week or so, because it's warmed up. My trees are starting to bud out, especially my fruit trees, and I got to get them pruned. So
for fun, watch CodesEmpire.
oh, hey there. So you're probably wondering what we're doing here. Well, I've been pruning my trees, my fruit trees to be exact. And I was going to show you how we make our own scaled firewood, basically. So this is partly why I haven't done a lot of videos lately, because I've been trying to get some yard work done, as you can see, filling up my trailer. So, but sat down and got some nice size wood. That's funny, right? That's what she said. Couldn't help myself. So when selecting the sizes you want to make your scale firewood, you know, you can pick different size wood, whatever you want, you know. I'm just gonna do a couple different types here, and I'll show you how I do it. Different, you know, green wood, older wood. This is actually from my pear tree. Let me grab another type. Here's a cool one. It's from my it's a profusion crab apple, basically. Most of you probably don't know or don't understand that, but anyways. So what I'm gonna do, I'll show you real quick, is I'm just going to nick off all these little nodes, basically, just to get a nice smooth branch. Okay, so 4 pieces, so you can see we've got a nice piece of crabapple wood, a couple different varieties of pear. Let's go ahead and let's nick these off too while we're at it. So you can see this is from trees that I'm just pruning in my own yard, and I'm sure most of you have some trees. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut these into, you know, about 1-inch sections. Okay, now you can let them dry out beforehand, or you can do them while they're green. Let me show you some dried out wood. See, I keep many different varieties on hand just because I use a lot of different stuff. This is from a plum tree, so all I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut those off. Being that they're dried out a little bit, it's a little easier to do with pear cutters. Okay, and all I'm going to do, I'm going to nick off that end. Same thing, you know, just cut it into some 1-inch pieces roughly. You can make them bigger, you can make them smaller, whatever your preference is, that's up to you. Okay. So there's a couple pieces there. Let's do a couple more of this pear wood. There we go, we got a couple of that. And let's do a couple from our crabapple. So we've got that. Okay, so you can see we've got 3 different bundles here. I'll show you also. Now let's say you want to do some split wood. Okay, this is always a lot of fun. I try to get the ones with the biggest sections in between without the knots for split wood. You can do it with them, but it's just a little easier without them. It's not going to hurt if there is one. So we'll do a couple of those too. Okay. So I've got a block of wood. Got my knife. It's my beat up knife. Use it for everything. You want a pair of gloves. So let's do some split wood here. Okay. And all I'm going to do, so I'm just going to go right down the middle of it. Kind of get it started a little bit. Okay. And now we're splitting some wood here. That's why I recommend your gloves, because especially leather ones, it'll keep you from getting yourself cut. Okay. And you can split them as many times as you would like. And how many smallest pieces you'd like if you want, whatever. So there we go. There we got a couple pieces of some nice kinlin firewood. Let me show you. Right there. There's some homemade kinlin firewood just from trees I pruned. Okay. Now you've seen some of my little bundles of wood. You can glue these together. I always like to glue them together. I glue them and then I might put a rope, or another thing, like if you go to a gas station, you'll see they'll be wrapped in plastic. So when you do the scale look, just get some plastic wrap, some saran wrap or whatever, pull off some and just wrap it around it real tight. They'll give you that cool look. But by gluing them together, they'll hold together over time, and you don't have to worry about one slipping out. Even if you put a rope or some string around it to resemble a rope, and then you'll have that cool look. There's our crabapple wood. Kind of cool, right? And there's some of our dried out plum wood. So let me show you with splitting some dried wood. So I'm going to cut off a couple of those big sections. This is a piece of dried out plum wood, like I said, and we're going to split this so that way we don't catch that big old knot. And you can use a hammer with this when you're doing it, a different type of knife. I'm out here in the garden working, and this is what I'm doing right now. So see, you can see we split that right open. You got that cool look. So if you want to keep a nice big old half chunk, there you go, you got that. Let's say you want a couple small pieces. Okay, I'll show you those real quick. So there's our little half pieces we just split, and those are dried out pieces. I like to dry them out a little bit, just so they get a more realistic look to them, and they seem like you can split them a little easier and stuff, and then you don't have to worry about that extra shrinkage afterwards. But anyways, that is a good way to make your own scaled firewood. Like I said, I've been doing this for a while. I have a lot of fun doing it. We've got several different ones in a lot of our different rigs, and it's fun. It works out good. So anyways, now you know what I've been doing for the last week or so, because it's warmed up. My trees are starting to bud out, especially my fruit trees, and I got to get them pruned. So getting the yard work done, cleaning out the gardens. Wasn't able to do a lot last fall with my son's heart surgery and then having a baby. It just kept us tied up. So, but there you are, my friends, scaled firewood out of your own yard. That's kind of cool. So give it a whirl, and that way you can have some on your trucks too. Thumbs up, and we will talk to you guys later. Till next time.